Golden ripe pineapples, hot price $4.99. Fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, hot price $1.49 per pound. Kraft mayonnaise 30-ounce jar, hot price at $4.99. Kellogg's Fruit Loops or Corn Pop cereal, 19-ounce box, just $7.99. Sargento sliced cheeses, 6.7 or 8-ounce packages, hot price $3.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Friday, August the 17th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. The Supreme Court has been hearing evidence from police officers in the trial of Andrew Lake. At the Supreme Court, he's accused of manslaughter in connection with a boat collision that led to the death of a New Zealand woman last year. And as Hal Davis reports, the court heard Lake himself said he may have been traveling too fast.
Andrew Lake was in this 17-foot boat when he collided with a smaller dinghy carrying a couple from New Zealand in Hamilton Harbour. In court today, two police officers, Acting Sergeant Mark Monk and PC Milton Hill, both said Mr Lake told them he'd been travelling at 15 to 20 knots when his boat, Lazy Boy, hit a smaller vessel. The collision on the night of the 1st of June last year saw Mary McKee knocked unconscious, causing her death by drowning. The officers both said today, soon after the accident, Mr Lake told them, "I may have been travelling too fast." Today's testimony in the Supreme Court follows evidence earlier in the week from the yachtsman who picked up Mary and Arthur McKee from Bars Bay Park. Their boat, skippered by Charlie Watson, was a late replacement for a bigger, better equipped vessel. Watson said earlier this week that if Lake's boat had been travelling slower, in his opinion, the accident would have been less serious. But he also admitted that his small boat was not carrying lights, and none of the three on board, including the couple from New Zealand, were wearing life jackets when the accident happened. Those facts are likely to be a key part of the defence when it gets underway at the Supreme Court shortly. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Hal. The Bermuda Tourism Authority is seeking a new crop of entrepreneurs with ideas to improve the visitor experience in 2019. Applications best aligned with Bermuda's tourism strategy could receive investment funds or marketing support as part of the Tourism Experience Investment Program. The program helps Bermudian entrepreneurs get new ideas off the ground or to reposition their existing business. Anyone interested in submitting an application should begin by attending a free Tourism Experience Investment Program workshop. They're being held on August the 30th and the 31st. Topics covered will include consumer feedback survey results, visitor expectations identifying product gaps, and insights into the experience prioritized for 2019. Visit the Bermuda Tourism Authority website to sign up. In other news, some of the best young dancers from the island this week received awards worth thousands of dollars from the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda. The scholarships and bursaries aim to help students studying abroad as they look to become professional dancers with some of the most prestigious companies in the world.
These young people have already decided that dance is their future. All of them are firmly focused on it as a career, and that means hard work in the classroom.
Anytime I go to class, I want to give 110%. I'm just trying to be a sponge and soak in all the information I can, especially being away and having such great professors like the ones I do. I'm there to dance, and I'm there to get all of the information I can, because 4 years goes by so fast, and once that's over, you're on your own. So you have to take it all in when you can.
Jada Pearman was awarded the most prestigious prize, the $15,000 Catherine Zeta-Jones Award. She's in her last year at the University of Arizona and is already looking to her career after graduation.
This year, I am going to start auditioning for dance companies. I think that I want to do more commercial stuff later on in my career, just because when you're younger, your body can handle more of the concert dance. It's very hard on your body, constantly touring.
That realism is echoed by Alexis Smith, another 21-year-old who won the Arch Scholarship worth $7,500.
It is very hard because dancers come a dime a dozen, but that's also another thing I want to work on this year, like finding that one thing that makes me stand out from the rest of the crowd.
In contrast, Argo Scholarship winner, 13-year-old Ravi Kananier Watson, is just starting out, but at an institution with a formidable reputation. the Royal Ballet School in London.
Royal Ballet School, one word, perfection. They want perfection day in, day out. They're elite. They are kind of training you for life because you're going to have multiple things beat you to your knees, and they just want to see how you can get back up from all that. And by putting tons and tons of pressure on you, they just want to see how you can cope. And if you can't cope with the pressure, well, you're out of the school.
The organisers of the awards, the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda, stressed the importance of providing financial help as talented youngsters look to go professional overseas. Getting training is an expensive business, and the awards provide support at a crucial time. And they do seem to work. At least half a dozen previous award winners are already dancing professionally, and it's surely just a matter of time before some of this year's recipients join them under the spotlight. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
We'll have more for you after this short break, including why a sharp drop in retail sales might not be as bad as the numbers suggest, plus our weekend weather forecast. Stay with us.
Check out the great products at our $4 Depot stores. Party bags, candles, soaps, and a variety of health and beauty items, even candy. A number of kitchen items, aluminum baking pans, an assortment of socks in various sizes, even baby products. Your choice of items for only $2.50 each. Stop by any of our 4 stores today. The Dollar Depot, stretching your dollars further.
This is Jane. Jane has been living independently until her recent fall. Because of the injury she sustained, her mobility is now limited. Jane chose Bermuda Inn Home Care to assist her with her activities of daily living. The caregivers at Bermuda Inn Home Care are trained to care for individuals with limited mobility. They incorporate exercise and activities into Jane's care plan given by her doctor and physiotherapist. The caregiver helps the family select the right medical equipment from Lighthouse Medical Supplies. Lighthouse Medical Supplies have certified durable medical equipment specialists available to help. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Falls lead to head injuries and hip fractures. Fall prevention is critical. Call Bermuda Inn Home Care to speak to one of our home care specialists. Call us now for a free home care assessment, 705-4424, or visit us at www.bermudainhomecare.com.
That's the beautiful rhythm that we've seen from Duffy all season. All smiles from a very proud Bermudian who wins the title, defends her title with maximum points, 5,200, her 6th win of the season.
Welcome back. It's 3 months unlucky when it comes to retail sales in Bermuda. Sales volumes dropped for the 3rd consecutive month in May, sliding 4.4% year over year. This can be largely blamed on the absence of the America's Cup. If you skip 2017, May overall retail sales were up nearly 2% over 2016. Apparel stores took the biggest clobbering. Sales tumbled more than 10%. Sales of building and construction materials also fell, with less renovation projects in the wake of the America's Cup. Fuel vehicle sales, liquor, and food store sales also saw declines. One area where sales jumped: overseas purchases. Residents declared over $5 million in overseas purchase in May, a 6% jump on year. Well, retail sales not the only thing grabbing business headlines on this Friday. Tony Waterman has your business mashup.
It was another record day for Butterfield Bank, the lender hitting a new intraday high of $53.62 a share, eventually, though, closing the day slightly lower. The company continuing its winning streak, its shares up nearly 50% since the start of the year on the back of strong earnings. Could it be the beginning of the end for quarterly reporting for U.S. listed companies like Butterfield? U.S. President Donald Trump tweeting that he's asked the Securities and Exchange Commission to consider changing the rules, having companies issue financial reports just twice a year instead of 4. Mr. Trump said it could improve flexibility and save money. This isn't exactly a new idea. Businesses have long complained that the reports make investors too focused on the short term. But some worry less reporting could leave investors guessing about the health of their investments. The amount of back taxes in Bermuda has nearly doubled in 5 years. According to the Auditor General's report, more than $90 million was in arrears of 90 days or more as of March 31st, 2016. That money coming from payroll, hotel occupancy, corporate services, and land taxes. The report says government measures to reduce taxpayer indebtedness have been largely unsuccessful. The Ministry of Finance said an extended recession left many small businesses struggling to meet their tax obligations and that it will work with these companies to make suitable arrangements. I'm Tony Waterman, and that's your Business Mashup.
Thanks, Tony. We're turning to weather news as our broadcast tower camera shows it's still mostly warm and sunny. Those conditions are expected to continue for our weekend. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Good evening. The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. As we look out towards the satellite here, you notice just a bit of moisture trying to come into Bermuda, but overall, we've been on the dry side tonight. Chance for a few showers, and our temperatures currently sitting in the mid-80s across the island. Now, that humidity at 73%, so still a bit muggy out. Winds coming out of the northwest at 8 to 12 knots. Water temperature of 84, and waves in the reef, they're up to a foot, and waves out looking at 2 to 4 feet. We'll continue into your upcoming tides, and we have a low tide at 8:53 p.m. this evening. Our next high tide at 2:32 a.m. Saturday morning, and then your next low tide at 8:49 a.m. on your Saturday. So any boating plans, marine conditions are looking rather nice. Winds will be coming out of the northwest, about 5 to 10 miles per hour out on the sea. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, going to be warm out there, and stray showers, not going to be a washout situation by any means. And those showers going to be very brief in nature and cooling down to 76 degrees. Now, as we head into tomorrow, still the chance for some spotty showers, topping off at 85 and cooling down to 77 for our low. This is because we have high pressure in our vicinity, so that's going to continue to clear things out. But along that high pressure is where you find little bubbles of moisture that try to enter the area here. And you're going to see that on our futurecast. We notice Bermuda just to the north of that high pressure spinning clockwise. Some moisture trying to stream its way on in. That high pressure going to continue to gain strength and keep things dry into the extended forecast. Still some chances for some spotty showers tomorrow, but into your extended forecast, we're going to be watching that high pressure really hold that moisture off that we see out towards the eastern half of the United States. Across the getaway forecast, we're going to notice wet conditions for New York as well as Boston for the weekend. Atlanta calling for spotty activity with a high of 85. London, partial sunshine and in the 70s. And across the Caribbean, watching tropical moisture enter Trinidad and Tobago. As we have a tropical wave, that means that uptick in showers and clouds, topping off in the 90s and cooling down into the 70s. Our extended forecast here at home, showers once again brief tomorrow, but by Sunday and Monday, high pressure building in, giving a better chance for mostly dry days.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
My name is Kevin Roberts. I'm a taxi driver / ambassador. My father's with BF&M, so am I. Half of my family always been seen to be with Bermuda Fire Marine. I tried a different provider at one time, but I wasn't too happy with the competition. Because back then it took too long to settle claims. They questioned every claim, and I never really had that problem with BF&M. I'm quite happy with it.
Bermuda. Join us at the Snorkel Park Beach and Bermuda's favorite old school DJs for a fun night of dancing under the stars to the best of old school R&B, house, soul, reggae, soca, calypso, pop, hip-hop, and more. It's Solid Gold Saturday. The grown-up party, the big people party, dressed smart and sexy with a spectacular DJ lineup. It's Mikey B, Malcolm Lethal Weapon Smith, DJ Iceman, Marky T, Juggling Jason, and yours truly, the Matrix Ninja Cutty. I will be there with special live performances by reggae sensation Mox. Gate open 8 p.m. Admission is free before 10. $10 after. So get there early. Snorkel Park Beach. Solid Gold Saturdays. DJ lineup for August the 18th. Malcolm Lethal Weapon Smith, Iceman, Marky T, and Ninja Cutty. See you there.
We are the voices.
You are with the captain.
It's Mr. Midday.
12 new major news.
The big station.
The morning show.
The #1 song.
The Faces.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight.
This is exactly what you're talking about.
What an upset it was. The Storytellers.
They are actually using the pepper spray.
Police are aware of this theory.
The water is 3,500 meters deep.
The tax climbs up to 12.5%.
The window on our community.
We bring you the best in U.S. television entertainment.
And the greatest sporting events in the world.
A brilliant performance from Duffy.
We are the island's only Bermudian-owned broadcaster of both television and radio.
With the only TV channels that are available over the air in beautiful high definition, completely free.
We are always expanding.
We are always innovating.
And most important, we're always your station.
This is Bermuda Broadcasting.
Welcome back. Well, they're responsible for between a quarter and a third of the world's food supply, playing a vital role in keeping both humans and animals fed. However, the number of bees globally is declining, and Bermuda is not immune, having faced a calamitous collapse in numbers over the last 10 years. But finally, as Hal Davis reports, there's hope that the island's bee population is on the road to recovery.
It's not a job for the unprotected. Even an expert like Spencer Field takes precautions when handling his beehives. He's inspecting these bees using smoke to dampen down their attack response to intruders. And it's vital that he keeps checking them, especially in the light of what's happened to the industry in the last 10 years. These are fairly healthy hives. On the right-hand side, you can see one with about 40,000 bees in it. But 10 years ago, disaster struck the hives of Bermuda. The culprit was the varroa mite, a parasite that wiped out most of the island's bees after arriving here in 2008.
So if you figure you're going to get stung, you're going to be a little bit more careful.
Albert Swan has kept bees since the 1970s. He vividly remembers the struggle as the number of his hives fell dramatically.
I had about 16. That went down to about 6. Okay? And I was doing everything I could to stay alive.
Mr. Swan estimates that before the mite struck, there were around 350 hives on the island. 18 months later, he says, there were just 45. It forced beekeepers like him and Spencer to adapt and change how they keep bees.
All my hives have screen bottom boards, so a lot of the varroa mites that fall off the bee and hit the ground, they're unable to crawl back up because they're falling right out of the hive. Those are just tactics that I use and other beekeepers use to help fight the spread of varroa.
In addition, the government stepped in to help, bringing in queens from abroad.
2 years ago, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources helped the beekeepers out by bringing in 5 varroa-sensitive hygienic bees. At that time, Bermuda beekeepers had not practiced queen rearing. And that's when 3 of us in particular jumped on the bandwagon to develop new queens.
Varroa is definitely in the hive by the thousands in every hive.
The new queens aren't the complete answer. The mite is still here, but they do produce colonies of bees that are more resistant to the parasite. While climate change and the use of pesticides are also worries. But both men say bee numbers are recovering. And Spencer Field notes how important that is.
A lot of these fruit trees, plants and farmers won't be able to produce the types of food that they need to grow in order to have a full sustainable table plate on your table. So it's about a quarter or just a little more or a little less depending on where you live and how you live. Some people, most of the entire meals can be dependent on pollination.
So the hope is that one day, perhaps in the near future, Bermuda will once again see 350 hives on the island. A return perhaps to what one visiting expert called a paradise for beekeepers. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
In medical news, it's one of the diseases that takes the highest toll in Bermuda. Diabetes levels are extremely high here, and they cause all sorts of medical problems. One of the most feared is blindness. Many sufferers live with the dread of eventually losing their eyesight. Now, a California researcher has developed a glowing contact lens he believes could help millions of patients keep their vision longer. Chris Martinez from CBS shows us how it works.
So here's the contact lens.
Colin Cook watched diabetes take his aunt's vision and eventually her life. He's now on a mission to stop the disease from stealing the eyesight of others.
On the inside are the actual phosphors that are going to emit the light.
The Caltech graduate student designed these glowing contact lenses to treat diabetic retinopathy, a condition that causes blindness in diabetics.
The small blood vessels that feed the retina begin to die off as a result of the diabetes, and so the retina starts to starve from lack of oxygen.
Doctors say diabetic retinopathy progresses the most overnight because our eyes burn more oxygen in the dark than in the light. So Cook designed his lenses to wear while sleeping, emitting just enough of a glow for the retina to detect.
To trick the eye into thinking it's daytime so the cells aren't consuming as much oxygen.
That helps preserve the cells and the patient's eyesight.
And it's these inner vessels that actually start to die away in the disease.
Cook says his lenses offer an alternative to painful existing treatments for diabetic retinopathy, which include injections in the eye. While the contacts can maintain their glow up to 12 years, he foresees temporary pairs for users.
Probably about a year, and then get a new pair of lenses.
He believes his invention could help maintain a user's vision for years. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
Still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
You can count on us.
Green Giant red potatoes, 5-pound bag, only $5.99. Fresh assorted pork chops at $2.99 per pound. Chobani Greek yogurt, 5.3-ounce tub, just $1.89. Scott Chooser size paper towels, 1 roll at $2.69. Super Swat or Superbug insect spray, 430 milliliter tin, hot price $3.69. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Bermuda Broadcasting Company is pleased to present the second round of the 115th Annual Eastern Counties Cup Competition, featuring defending champions Cleveland County Cricket Club and challengers Flats Victoria Cricket Club at the Seabreeze Oval, Bailey's Bay. Join the island's leading cricket commentary team of Aaron Richardson, Wendell Smith, and Dwayne Sluggo Leverock with live ball-by-ball coverage. Saturday, August 18th, starting at 9:45 a.m. on Power 95 FM, the island's #1 station for your Eastern County Cup competition. Brought to you by Lindell's Group of Companies, John Barrett & Son Limited, Polaris Holdings, and Money Shop.
Always been one of those challenges I've just had to do. See these guys that have done it and wanted to take it on and show that I've got what it takes, or at least find out if I have what it takes, because I know it's going to be tough. It's going to be the toughest thing I've ever done. I can't wait to get out there.
And this is taking off. Did you know that almost 70% of the workers on the site of the airport redevelopment project are Bermudian? From painters to welders to laborers to electricians, they're Bermudians working in just about every single area of the project. Once completed, they'll be able to proudly say, I helped build this airport. In this episode, we profile a few young Bermudian men who are making it happen. Joshua White and Karen Evans are welders on the site. Welders join pieces of steel together using electricity powerful enough to melt metal. Nathaniel Ingham is an iron worker, which entails bolting iron and steel, sorting bolts, and installing decking. Dwayne Welch works as a laborer and is involved in enforcing wire mesh for concrete and building the concrete slabs on the departure level of the new terminal. Philip Paiva is a machine operator who does trenching, grade work, and elevations on the site. All of these young Bermudian men are excited to see the new terminal complete in July 2020 and are proud to be a part of this amazing legacy project for Bermuda. See you next time.
Bermuda successfully hosted the ITU World Triathlon in April, and now there's hope the island could win a bid to host the final of the 2021 event, with the Bermuda Tourism Authority's Chief Executive Officer Kevin Dallas repeating calls for it to come to Bermuda in 3 years' time.
Everyone will remember, I think, that this event was one that the Bermuda Tourism Authority and the National Federation of Triathlon went and bid for almost 2 years ago, actually, and we won that bid, and so we hosted the first of the three events this April. Government committed $2.9 million of funding to support that event, for which they got 152% return, according to the economic impact study that was done last month by PwC. So we hope they're very pleased with the return on that investment. The exciting thing about the triathlon is also that we have a runway with it. So there will be another ITU World Triathlon Series event in April of next year and April of the year after. And Bermuda has the opportunity now to bid for a grand final. So a World Triathlon Series grand final is a much bigger event. We would expect at least 3,000 people to attend, and this would be in 2021. So that bid will go in later this summer. It is already fully funded, and we are cautiously optimistic that Bermuda has a fighting chance there.
Turning to the rest of the sports news now, here's Earl Baisden with the day's other top stories.
Bermuda Olympian Arancha King was voted as the NACAC chairperson for the Athletes Commission. Braxton Stowe is looking forward to a new season at St. Louis University for their men's baseball team after breaking into the team last year.
Well, this past year has been a big season for me. Obviously, my first season being fully healthy and clear to play baseball again. As far as the mental side goes, it's probably one of the toughest things mentally I've gone through. Coming pretty much hitting rock bottom, not knowing if I ever gonna play the game again with the type of surgery, these 3 surgeries I had, and then coming all the way back full circle, being able to play. So it was tough not knowing if I'm ever going to play the game again, and just digging down deep and just really, we just really want to get back out in the field again. So.
Roy Rollins and his Sussex teammates picked up their second consecutive Vitality Blast win. They defeated Gloucestershire by 4 wickets at Bristol. Batting first, Gloucestershire would score 159 for 9 in their allotted 20 overs. Michael Klinger was their top scorer with 59 before he was caught by Rollins off the bowling of Chris Jordan. Rashid Arman was the pick of the Sussex bowlers with figures of 4 overs, 3 for 24. In reply, Sussex would score 160 for 6 after 19 overs. Phil Salt and Harry Finch opened the inning with a 85-run partnership in 9 overs. Salt was the top scorer with 60. Unfortunately, Rollins fell on the first ball he faced. Benny Howell was the pick of the Gloucestershire bowlers with figures of 4 overs, 3 for 37. Antonio Warner was crowned the boys singles 12 and under division champion during the Kotak Junior Tennis Tournament in St. Lucia. During the final, Warner defeated Liam Chan Pak in straight sets 4-1 for love. Adam Hall and his Aberdeen Ironbird teammates shined in a 5-2 win after the All-Star break against Lowell. Hall drilled his first homer of the season over the left field wall on a first pitch fastball in the second inning. Hall finished the game going 2 for 2 from the plate with 1 run, 1 hit, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. He also walked twice. Jair Mitchell competed in the Walton Transcan Grand National Championship motocross event in Canada. Mitchell competing in the youth 14 to 29 international/pro class. Mitchell won both motos to finish on top of the class. Sean Trott was back in action competing in the St. Albans 10K, crossing the line in third place. Trott was clocked across the line in a time of 35 minutes flat. He finished 40 seconds behind the winner, Stephen Buckle, who clocked 34.10. Barnaby Walker was second in 34.41. Bermuda's women's volleyball senior team began competing in the Women's Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Championships in Antigua last evening. In their opener match, Bermuda took on a very strong and experienced St. Lucia team and went down in 3 games. Bermuda fell 25-9, 25-12, 25-9. The Bermuda Commercial Summer League softball playoffs continued at the Michael Priest Softball Diamond last evening, where a doubleheader produced 36 runs. The Expats defeated the Hakuna Matata Charters 14-5, and the Parakeet Flyers defeated the Plantano Power 13-4.
I'm Earl Basden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. That's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for sharing your Friday evening with us, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night.